Alright guys, so we got more SPL action underway. We're in the week 8, week 7's over. We got more RBY coming up, but this will probably be the only game from week 8 since we're on to week 9 now. And like, I don't know if I missed something, but like, I was looking through all the games that looked interesting and that other people probably wouldn't upload, and they were all literally meme games. Like, I don't know if I missed something, but I guess I did because the games were just memes. And I'm not saying that memes aren't fun and that you don't have the right to have fun, but it's just not worth my time to sit there and edit the video and take my time to narrate them. So this will be the only game from week 8, and then after that we'll skip through week 9. And yeah, we're just doing RBY because RBY is a meme in itself. But speaking about some other things, how about poking though? Like, that shit looks so fun. Like, I'm gonna have to go spend the money on a Wii U. It's time. I've been holding out because Smash 4 doesn't really look that fun to me. I'll probably end up buying it anyway since I have the console, but it's like I'm not gonna go spend 60 or whatever how many dollars on the game and then like 25 bucks for the DLC and then 300 on a console. Like, that's just not worth it for me when I can just play Melee when I already have the console and I have the game all the way back in ye old 2002. But Pokken looks sick. Like, that's honestly the most excited I've been for a game since Brawl. And I just told you guys I play Melee, so you can probably assume I'm not a big Brawl fan, but back in the day I did enjoy my Brawl. I still think that Melee is a better game, even from a casual perspective, but I did enjoy Brawl, and this is for the game's release, so obviously Melee was sick, so we expected Brawl to be just as sick, if not more sick, until the game actually came out and was like, no offense to any Brawl fans. I think Brawl gets a lot of undeserved hate, but it's whatever. So anyways, you guys probably don't care, but yeah, Pokken just looks sick as fuck. I'll put a thing in there because I want to talk about Pokken for a little bit, but it's like, the game looks surprisingly complex. I don't think it's going to be as complex as Smash or like any traditional fighting game. But it looks like there's a level of complexity there that makes the game more than a meme. Like, it looks like there was actual effort put in there to make it a competitive fighting game. And then the mons that they chose and the way that they play are like super unique. Like, no one would expect Chandelure to be in a fighting game, but there it is. And the way Chandelure plays, it actually like makes sense. But yeah, things are just looking super hype. The only thing I'm disappointed by was I felt like Latios should have been in the game, but Latios' support, I feel like Heracross should be in the game. And then you get a bug type, and then Heracross makes sense. And it also helps that Heracross is one of my favorite mods. But I guess Heracross is like chilling in the background in one of the stages, so it probably won't be in there. And then I also wanted Tyranitar. Like, in my brain, I can imagine Tyranitar fighting like sort of like a hybrid between how they have Machamp fighting right now and like Gaara from Naruto or some shit like that, because Titar has Sandstream. So I don't know, it just looks super hyped to me, but I'll go ahead and leave an annotation on the video if you don't really want to hear that, but if you did, then that's cool. So yeah, Pokem's hype as fuck, so leave a comment in the comment section about who you feel like maining and if you're gonna buy the game. So question of the day. We out here professional still at YouTube League, but yeah, we got Tobes versus Lutra, Gen 1 OU, so let's go ahead and get the game in and see what happens. So we got lead Jinx from Tobes. I said this many times before, but I feel like Jinx is probably the best lead in the current RBY state. Alakazam is also just a fine lead. Goes for Thunder Wave right there. I figure that's probably the best play if you don't have anything else that you don't really want to put to sleep. Seismic Toss is also pretty good because you figure that Jinx is just going to rest it off, but it doesn't really matter. Alakazam just stays in. Jinx burns a Blizzard. That's very crucial because you only have 8 of them. So if you can force Jinx to burn up Blizzards, then that's cool. And Jinx gets a crit in the following turn, so that's no good. So now you got to go to Chansey, and Jinx probably just goes for another Blizzard right there. But Para happens, and unless Blizzard froze, that's probably better for Tobes because you don't burn a valuable Blizzard PP. So here we got Chansey v Jinx. Chansey's just gonna T-Bolt. Jinx is gonna get paralyzed again. I actually think that this is better. Third one in a row. That's not good. but just preventing Jinx from burning PP. The third one probably sucked though because now you don't get to attack. And if this chance he has Seismic Toss and Thunderbolt for some stupid reason, then that would be RIP for Jinx. But it doesn't. I would have rested before because I wouldn't have taken the chance of getting parried in the next turn, and then I would have just switched out to like Alakazam or Chansey or something. But I guess Tobes is feeling lucky, and he decides to stay in with Jinx and rest on the last opportunity, trying to go for a freeze with the Blizzard. He still has 5 of them left, so again, let's just keep that in mind. Tobes predicts Tauros or Lax very nicely with his own Lax. He could have gone to Exeggutor in theory, but I believe Alakazam is already put to sleep. Let's see if it tells me. Yes, it is put to sleep, but Alakazam is also very low, so it's not necessarily going to be wanting to switch in on Exeggutor. But Lax is just as fine to switch in case Chansey wanted to stay in. But anyways, we saw Tauros, we saw Lax. Lax comes in on Exeggutor. That's not something that you see very often. Usually it's the other way around. But at full health, Lax can come in on pretty much anything. Now Jinx comes in, trying to bait out a Sleep Powder. The problem is that you can't necessarily... Ooh, I'm not sure if I would have done that, but Lutra stays in, so... Nice 50-50 win right there from Tobes. I wouldn't have done that. I would have gone to my own Exeggutor myself. Or back out to Lax. Just predicting a Tauros or a Lax to come in to take advantage of that. Ooh, and now Lutra gets the 50-50 right there. But yeah, what I'm saying is that Tobes stayed in right there when he could have let a normal come in for free and burned a sleep turn. Predicting Lutra to go for Sleep Powder. Winning that 50-50. And then Lutra wins the next exchange. And now Lax is put to sleep. And now here's Iggy. And so it looks like they're probably just going to trade Psychics. They both trade crits. Except now Tobes gets a Spadef drop. So that's not good for Tobes. But Lutra's probably just going to boom right here. I would have switched to Lax. Because I feel like Lutra either switches. Yeah, I guess if Lutra switches, then having a sleeping Lax in is no good. So I guess trading Iggy for Iggy is pretty good. That's going to be a little bit worse for Tobes, though, because he still has 2 full health normals. He being Lutra, while Tobes has a sleeping Lax and a Tauros now that is going to be weakened. So if Lutra can trade his Lax for Tobes' Tauros, I think that's a trade that he takes all day long. Because Lutra is kind of slow. He doesn't Hyper Beam right there. Actually, no, I think that's a good play. I think that's a good play. Lutra, yeah, just sacks Lax. I probably would have exploded on the other one because I feel like Lax probably stays in, and then either way, Lax catches something. Because I don't think Jinx is going to come in. If Lax comes in, it's unfortunate, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Getting rid of Lax. Oh no, your Aki's dead, so never mind. Yeah, I think that was a good play, especially if he has something like a Starmie in the back, which I feel like he does. A Starmie or a Jolteon would be pretty good on Lutra's team. Tobes is going to give us Chansey. Now Chansey's paralyzed, but Chansey is fat, so it doesn't care. And now Alakazam is going to come and trying to wake up. Lutra predicts a paralysis. And tries to get Zam to wake up. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. And now Zam is dead this turn because of the RBY mechanics of where when you wake up, you can't attack that turn. So Lutra decides to stay in and push his luck, hoping for a pair, and he gets it. So Lutra getting pretty lucky this game, to be completely honest, as far as the pairs go. Alakazam's going to be able to recover, but now Chansey can fire off a Thunder Wave, so Alakazam normally wouldn't be able to outspeed Tauros, but Tobes already lost this Tauros, so Lutra doesn't care at this point. I feel like at this point, he's just going to be willing to stay in and pressure Chansey with Psychic. And try to pressure Chansey soft-boiled. And then Lax is asleep, Jinx is asleep. Jinx has one more turn to burn before he can attack. And then the last Mon is more than likely another Psychic. Looking to be Starmie because of the... Oh no, he has Jinx, so he does have the Ice resist. Starmie could help though because Jinx is not that bulky. So giving it some help is cool. Plus, Jinx is in the lead spot a lot of the time, so, you know, it might be put to sleep or something. Yeah, I'm feeling Starmie as the last. It could be Gollum in theory. He could be Zapdos as well, taking it in a more offensive direction. But I'm putting my money on Starmie. But Tobes takes the opportunity to wake up Jinx, so he's not throwing in the towel yet. He's still going at it. But considering that Lutra still has a full health Tauros compared to Tobes' non-full health Tauros, and unless he has something like Agility Zapdos, which is actually very rare, even though it's Zapdos' most dangerous set. Actually, in theory, if he has something like Agility Dragonite and he can get it set up, I don't know if he'll have it or not because that's really rare. Just Dragonite in general because people don't want to be scum. Jinx Rest right here, by the way. But if he has something like that, then, well, who knows, the weak 8 magic. And Tobes could be right back in it, actually, if he has Wrap Dragonite with Agility and can get an Agility off without getting T-Waved. But yeah, Tauros puts a ton of pressure on Lutra's Tauros puts a ton of pressure on Tobes' team. And Chansey, I think, is the main thing that's stopping it. It's not even stopping it necessarily, but Chansey's just fat, and then if some pairs and some freezes go his way, then Tobes has a chance. Like, I feel like Chansey is his last hope. Ooh, Slowbro. I said Starmie. Slowbro is very close. Actually, yeah, Slowbro makes a ton of sense on this team. Okay, Slowbro can definitely do it. Slowbro, not the most common one in RBY OU, but one of the most dangerous, given the right circumstances. Body Slam crit isn't going to help, but Slowbro can rest off and given some luck. Ooh, Zapdos is the last. I completely forgot about Lutra's team. But yeah, Zapdos is good because I still think that that T-Bolt can still 3-hit KO, I believe, at +2. But Tobes is going to switch out and go to Chansey. So now you have Sleeping Jinx and Sleeping Slowbro, and then a Paralyzed Chansey. So yeah, things are looking rougher and rougher for Tobes. He just has to pressure Chansey, he being Lutra. And Alakazam is the perfect mon to do that. Alakazam plus his own Chansey can pressure Chansey out of soft boileds very quickly. If he keeps getting those special drops like that, then that's going to be even better as far as pressuring Chansey out of soft boileds. There's another one gone. I think he's used 3 or 4, so he doesn't use that many, but soft boileds can go pretty fast. Alakazam gets paralyzed, doesn't really matter. Jinx gets the opportunity to wake up this turn, but Lutra probably knew that and is just going to go for T-Wave like he does right there. So now Jinx is slow again. And now if Jinx wants to be fast, has to burn the sleep turn. So my dog just woke up. I probably have to go take him out after I'm done narrating this game. I'll go pause it. But now his name is Seismic Toss. We didn't know the last move. Seismic Toss is pretty much implied because it's a lead. Zapdos gets a free opportunity to come in, and I think this is a free drill pack right here for Zapdos, because it'll do more damage to Chansey. You might want to go for T-Bolt, though, just play it safe, but I think drill pack is the play right here. Yep. Goes for drill pack, and then it'll probably just be his name. No, he stays in. Hello? Did he predict para? Got it. Wow. Damage rolls could still hit, and he just crits. Oh my. Lutra is just feeling it right now. That was such an unnecessarily risky play. I mean, I appreciate it from a commentary perspective because you just got the game over with quick, but it's like Lutra is definitely feeling it right now. Oh, he just decided to jump off the comfy bed that I was letting him sleep on until I went to bed and lay on the cold tile floor. Shout out to dogs, but yeah, now Slowbro's gonna be able to wake up, but Zapdos is inside, and Slowbro can live this, but it's not gonna take it. So Slowbro probably fires off T-Wave and then just goes for rest and hopes for a bunch of pairs. Like I said, that's Amnesia. Okay, I can understand. You have to get pairs either way, so yeah, I can respect it. Might as well do it now, especially if he has like Ice Beam or something. I can respect it. I'm not sure if I agree with it, but I can respect it. Especially because I think after an Amnesia, you don't 3-hit KO anymore. So yeah, actually that play makes more sense than just going for rest right there. Either way, you have to bank on pairs, but it doesn't matter. And at this point, Lutra absolutely just wins the game. I'm going to go ahead and put the game on fast. I mean, he's had the game on for a while, but even if super duper mega hacks happens in favor of Tobes, there's no way Tobes can win at this point. I'm just going to go ahead and put it on fast. Ooh, nice 255 miss. If you don't know, in RBY, moves are never 100% accurate. There's a 1 out of 256 chance for a move to miss randomly because this game is good. And yeah, Lutra won that one pretty handily. He had a lot of luck to help him out, but he won it pretty handily nonetheless. I don't really think Tobes did anything wrong. He just got RBY'd. So, like I said, I'm gonna go see if my dog has to go take a piss, and then I'm gonna be right back for game 2. So BRB. Alright, well, my assumption was correct. My dog did indeed need to go outside, so took a quick little break. You guys won't be able to see it because I paused the recorder, but took a quick little break. But now here we are for game 2. So let's go ahead and get in. Ooh, lead Hypno from Lutra. Actually, hold on, I can switch sides, can't I? Yep, there we go. Alright. This is just to make things consistent. Tobes on the left, Lutra on the right. Tobes going to be the Alakazam lead. I believe he had it. No, he did not have it last game. That's right. So Tobes is going to have the lead Zam now. Lutra is going to lead Hypno. Hypno is one of my favorite leads in RBY because of how underutilized it is compared to the big 3 leads that are in RBY, but also how extremely effective it is at all facets of the game, just because of the fact that it's a lot different from traditional sidekicks in that it's slow, but it's a lot bulkier. Also having access to Hypnosis and T-Wave, which I think it's the only mon that has access to, or no, Exeggutor has Sleep Powder and Stun Spore, that's right. So never mind. Ooh, double edge from Exeggutor. Usually, if you're going to see that physical move, it's going to be Hyper Beam or Egg Bomb. I'm not a big fan of double edge at all because of the lack of leftovers and the fact that Exeggutor is a mon that is going to be taking a lot of hits and a lot of exchanges in RBY. So putting recoil onto yourself is something that I don't like. But Tobes is going to be quite content to trade Eggy for Eggy, and considering that it's turn 6 and we haven't seen any normals, I don't think that's going to affect anything. The Lutra Hypno is asleep, so I don't think he has an advantage there unless he gets lucky with some sleep turns. Lutra's going to send out Lax. Tobes going to send out Lapras, so that's going to be good for Tobes right now. Lutra does have Starmie, even if Tobes has T-Bolt. That's only going to do like 30-ish. Meanwhile, Starmie can hit back just about as hard, but Starmie having to recover, Lapras having to rely on rest. So Starmie will win that exchange easily, even though it might not want to get paralyzed, so you know how it is. But Starmie quite content to stay in there with Chansey to get off a T-Wave. I'm surprised that he wants his Starmie to get paralyzed like that and take damage, especially because that Thunderbolt's doing a lot. But once again, Lutra is in complete control of the RNG, and Chansey's going to get paralyzed right there. And now Lutra can simply go out to Snorlax. Like, he can get it in for free because he just gets another para. This has just been an unfortunate set of games for Tobes, if you're a Tobes fan. Lax is going to get paralyzed, though, so that's good for Tobes, but it's still at full health. Lutra might even be willing to just explode on it, but he probably won't, especially considering how lucky he's getting with these paralysis. He's probably watch him get a crit body slam too. No, he actually gets parried back. I think that's the first time he's been parried. Probably not, considering it's RBY. Also, since the Chansey has T-Wave, and I believe it's also revealed to us Thunderbolt, I highly doubt it has counter. It's probable in theory, but it just doesn't make sense. So Lutra is pretty safe to go for Body Slam, not really any point in scouting. And Lutra is just going to bide his time in here with Body Slams. It's completely okay with him, because if he can pressure Chansey out of Soft Boil to maybe get a crit in there, then that's completely okay. I mentioned earlier about the potential of him just self-destructing, but with Lax out full health, it's not really a worthwhile play. Plus, he might not even have self-destruct. He just might be a Reflect variant. Ooh, speak of the Devil. Oh my, there it is with the reflect. Him being paralyzed is not going to be good, but with a reflect up, he might actually just want to take the chance to rest up and get rid of that paralysis. Lapras is going to be the switch, though. Lapras a pretty good switch, considering that it could threaten with Thunderbolt and Blizzard. Mainly with Blizzard. Lapras only used 1, though, but I believe he needs 3 to take out Lax, and with rest, that's not going to be good. Lapras would win that exchange 1v1 in short term, but long term, stalling Lapras out of Blizzards would be more worthwhile. But Lutra decides that half health Lax still has value to him, and to just go to Starmie, which is the safe and correct play. Now Lapras either just going to go for T-Bolt if he has it, which he already showed, or he's just going to be forced out into Chansey. Lutra predicts that correctly and goes to Lax. Probably just rests right here if he doesn't go for a body slam. I'm guessing a rest comes out from Snorlax. Nope, goes for body slam. I can respect that play too. And he gets a para. So Lutra just in complete control of the RNG. I'd like to see Tobes get a freeze right here with Blizzard, just to make things even. What do you want? Okay, we had a dog alert, but no Blizzard happened. Or Blizzard did happen, but no freeze. And now Starmie can just recover again, and Lutra is just looking in a stronger position. Lapras is getting worn down, so the checks to normals are becoming less and less. I believe Alakazam is asleep, and Chansey is paralyzed, so things are not looking very good for normals. Tobes gets Lapras in on Snorlax very aggressively, to make sure that at the very least he can try and trade with it, but there's Para, so I guess we'll never know. I think that works out better for Tobes anyway, because Tobes had the Blizzard right there, if not Rest. If he did have Rest, and that's what he went for, then that's unfortunate, but then that becomes a situation that Lutra can take advantage of with his Lax as far as burning sleep turns, getting Reflex up and stuff. So either way, I think that Lapras is pretty much as good as dead, assuming that Lutra can play his cards right. If Tobes has Rest, which Lapras doesn't necessarily have to have, but if he does have Rest, that would have been a good time to get it in, because Lax is definitely going for Rest, and you can get it off yourself. But he chooses not to, as Lax is going to fire off a Rest, and that Tobes can take the opportunity to go out to his Lax. No Reflect up, which is something to keep in mind. So now Tobes can start getting chip off. Lax is going to be able to wake up, but ooh, very nice, very nice. I think this is good for Tobes, because Lax is, especially the Reflect variant, is such a big problem to his team that being able to explode on it in that trade is, I think that's going to be good for Tobes. Just keeping things even. He's still at a disadvantageous position, in my opinion, but I think that at least gives him a fighting chance. Getting rid of Lax, because I don't think there'd, unless you got crits, I don't think there'd be another way to get rid of the Lutra Lax, because it would just continue to rest and reflect and just be in general fat and annoying, kind of like how Lax is. Lutra still has this unparalyzed Starmie, who makes a nice play right there predicting Hyper Beam. And now Starmie can come in and he can just fire off a Thunder Wave. I don't even know if he needed to fire off a Thunder Wave. I guess it's nice long-term thinking, firing off the Thunder Wave right there, since I don't believe a Blizzard KOs. It might, depending on damage rules. I think it does like 45 to Tauros. It might do more. If he had Psychic, that definitely would have killed. Maybe he doesn't want to. I think Thunder Wave is the safest play, is what I'm trying to get at. So, again, Lutra playing really well. Even though he's been getting extremely lucky, he's played pretty well. The only play that I could think of that I really don't agree with off the top of my head was the Drill Peck on Chansey, just banking on a para. But besides that, Lutra has made all the right double switches. He's played pretty well, and he's been rewarded for it as a result. Tobes has played pretty well too. But Tobes has not been rewarded well, and I think Lutra is also just taking the action more to him as far as playing aggressive. So as long as Lutra does not get paralyzed right here, this is a good play from him. In theory, you might want to say, yeah, it's more optimal for him to maybe just like go to Hypno Burn, like sleep turns, or not sleep turns, just, well, you can burn sleep turns with Hypno, but at this point, I don't really think Lutra can lose the game, so he might as well just let Lax or let Tobes get paralyzed. It just brings more pairs into the equation and gives Tobes a theoretical chance to win. But as far as probability goes, it's not really. So I don't really like it, but it keeps the game shorter. Like, if you wanted to play that game off the end game optimally, you would have had to extend it like 25, 30 more turns, and it's like for what? Just for maybe like a 5% chance that like 3 pairs don't happen. Which, considering how lucky Lutra's been, then that 5%'s like 0. But I guess it doesn't really matter, and I guess it's better for the viewers anyway. But yeah, pretty good games. Like I said, Lutra played pretty well. We don't see a last. I wonder what that last is. It might be Slowbro. We saw Tobes bring Slowbro last time. It might be Slowbro. I know that sounds weird, bringing 4 sidekicks, but you don't lose anything from bringing a sidekick in RBY. And, well, he has Hypno too, so... I don't know. But it's cool to see Hypno win. Hypno's super underrated, even though all it did is put Alakazam to sleep. But Alakazam's an important one to put to sleep, so... Yeah, GG's from both players. Lutra is lucky, but he's not bad because he definitely played well. And yeah, this will be the only week 8. In case you decided to skip ahead, leave a comment down below if you're going to pick up Pokken and who do you think your main is going to be. So yeah, Snow94505 week 9's coming up. I'm about to go broke, but yeah, later friends.